Okay, so I'm going to be touching on a few disadvantages and a few points that brought up. First, they talked about cases in which women are allowed into combat are few. The point isn't that they're few. The point is that people believe that they can do this. They believe that they can adequately fight in combat. And the fact that they've been skirting the rule and that there's been a law that's made it harder, I think that they would just find a way to get around these rules. Obviously, they found a way to get around the other rules. The 4 disadvantages that they brought up, I'm going to be addressing each one. First, the idea that sexual assault will go up. I would like to point out a quote from the Defense Secretary, Robert Gates, from September of last year, in which he says that he expects women to be led into special operations forces eventually and in a careful and deliberate manner. So obviously we're not just going to throw them in there and just say fend for yourself. We're going to be making sure there's protections, making sure that perhaps psychologically men will have to go through certain training. Secondly, they talked about pregnancy. I would like to put this into perspective. A 1975 study from the book Women in Combat, Civic Duty or Military Liability by Lorianne Fenner and Mary DeYoung found that in the Navy, men lost 190,000 days to drug rehabilitation and another 196,000 days to alcohol rehabilitation. That's almost twice the absentee rate of Navy women, including time lost in pregnancy. So obviously, men have their own problems that are much more deficient to the cause of the Army than women. Third, they said that standards would be lowered. I would like to address these tests that they go through when they're going through military training. In the book Ground Zero by Linda Bird Frank from 1997, she found that such tests often reflect a lack of physical conditioning and training more than inherent capacity. So everybody can be basically brought up to par to an extent. So you can't judge someone by the first initial thing. It's like when people first go to the gym after not working out in a while, of course you're going to not do as well as after you've been training. Also on that point, it has been said that men, according to the book Women in Combat, Civic Duty or Military Liability, that men have been willing to help their weaker or smaller male counterparts on physical tests, but were not only unwilling to provide similar assistance to women, but unable or unwilling to even recognize that the 2 cases were the same. So if men are able to help smaller men, then they should be able to help smaller women. Obviously, they're making acceptances for their own gender. They should make acceptances for the other gender. Also, the physical aspects are soon becoming irrelevant. According to the report, Women Should Be Allowed to Serve in Combat, CNN, in 2011, proponents of the Commission's recommendations to repeal the rules agree that technology and circumstance have drastically altered modern warfare. So soon physical standards will be obsolete and we'll all be cyborgs. Lorianne Fenner and Mary DeYoung in the Civic Duty contested the idea of unit cohesion. She said that when it comes to war, she said, we can see that when the fight is desperate and the cause popular, women would fight and men would accept them as comrades in arms. So obviously, the negative is underestimating how accepting men can be and how much they believe in a certain cause. So for all these reasons, I hope that you will be on the affirmative to repeal this rule.